Hi Jay, thank you so much for coming back to Easton today.
Of course, love being here.
Great. Today we are at Maple Row Farm, and Maple Row is actually the reason that I live in Easton. It was my first exposure to the town of Easton. I heard an advertisement on the TV for cutting your own Christmas trees. We decided to come up and do it, and I remember that day thinking about how beautiful it was here. And a few years later, when we decided to make a move, we ended up moving right down the street.
What a great way to be introduced to a town.
It really was. Did you also know that Easton has recently been designated the Christmas tree capital of Connecticut?
I did not know that, but it makes sense.
It does. Those of us that live here have always known it, but as of 2018, it is official with the state of Connecticut.
Cool. So now, did you know that in 2009, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree came from Easton, Connecticut?
Nice job trying to stump me, Jay, but yes, I did know that already.
It's so cool.
Yes, very much so. Today, I'm going to tour the farm here with Scott Edwards, who is an 8th generation farmer.
Excellent. That ought to be a lot of fun. Let's go meet Scott.
Great. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Hi, Scott. Thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Great. So I understand you are an 8th generation farmer here?
I am. We've been here a while.
That is crazy. And it is your 250th year?
It is our 250th year. 1769 was the year that we started here.
So Scott, tell me a little bit about the tailgating that happens here at the farm.
Sure. Well, when people come to the farm, they come for an experience. They don't just come for a Christmas tree. So they usually spend roughly a half a day here. So then they'll take a saw and they'll head out into the fields. That can take a couple hours. There's a couple hundred acres, so there's a lot of trees.
Wow. About is it 200 acres?
200 acres, yeah, a little over 200. So they'll wander around, they can pick any tree, and they'll take the tree, cut it themselves, and then we pick up the tree in the field and wrap it up for them, and then they'll head home. So there's quite a bit of time here. It's a pretty cool experience. It's the country, it's wide open.
So Scott, what is your opening day here?
The day after Thanksgiving we open, much earlier than it used to be. We used to only be open for a couple of weeks. Now we're open the entire season from the day after Thanksgiving right up to Christmas Eve at noon. We are open 7 days a week, rain, snow, sun, no matter what.
So Scott, tell me a little bit about what happens here at the farm in the other 11 months of the year.
All the trees are obviously planted, grown. It takes a crew of 3 to 5 guys all year. In addition to that, we do some other products. We do mulch. We're one of Fairfield County's biggest mulch suppliers.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we have some of our trees, and we bring in a lot of wood product and make colored mulches. We have actually 4 different locations. And when you come to the farm, you'll kind of be guided in the right direction. There are a lot of different options, and we move around the farm to where the best selection is.
So Scott, your beautiful barn says Maple Row Dairy Farm, but we are primarily here a Christmas tree farm and mulch. Can you tell me about your history as a dairy farm?
Sure, that brings us back to our earlier days. My grandfather was the last to have dairy cows. He had a head of, I believe, about 60 cows. And they milked them every day, as many, many farms in the area did. In the 1960s, they sold the last of the cows. And then my father has a couple of teams of oxen, which you'll see if you come at Christmas time.
Yes, I've seen them.
He takes them to fairs. They're trained to pull.
So that solves that mystery of driving by and always seeing it say dairy farm.
Yeah, and then the Christmas trees, my grandfather started as a 4-H project. But now it's pretty well appreciated. My father in the 70s decided, let's do the whole farm. And he started planting, and he had quite a vision. It took a long, long time.
Right, especially
15 years a tree. It took him a long, long time to really build a business and have a great inventory that we have today.
And did it just start as a side of the road stand?
It started as a very, very small little shed, and people would come and they weren't quite sure what they were getting into, and we weren't quite sure what we were doing, but we figured it out.
So yes, as a realtor, obviously I see the beauty and the value in this land, and I think that's what makes it so special that you have been able to keep it as a working farm, which I know is difficult in 2019.
We're very lucky that we have a pretty big family that owns the farm, and they, for some reason, appreciate it and definitely want to keep it.
Thank you so much for coming to Maple Row Farm today. And for all of our viewers out there, if you'd like to come to the farm, they open on the day after Thanksgiving. You could visit their website, mrfarm.com, for more information about times and varieties and activities here at the farm. Have a great day.